Hey guys, um, I really haven't been making that many videos. I stopped doing podcasts for a while, for like a couple years now, and it's been a struggle or very difficult for me to upload anything. Um, a lot has went down in the last few years, and I'd say I've had some things change with myself that my whole basically everything's changed, and I guess what's relevant to this change is like Ramdas. Um, he's kind of like a spiritual guru type person, figure, whatever, and I don't know. I don't know anybody in real life that is like everything they say is like I agree with 100%. Um, I guess I'll say like I don't uh, know of anyone that I follow 100%. Um, and I take bits and pieces from different people's advice and stuff like that. I mean, we all do, but um, so since it's been a while since I've uploaded, I'm going to cover some stuff like right now I kind of have a little bit of a tick going on. Um, I haven't really gotten to the root of it. I don't really. Let's just say I'm trying to avoid medications and stuff, and um, I've had a few different ticks. Um, I've actually been put into the mental hospital a few times, like 3 times now, and I never wanted to go, but I was kind of forced to, and things just kind of basically I've been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and my diagnosis has changed from schizophrenic to or from it originally started out as schizoaffective bipolar. Then it basically went to like schizophrenia or something, and then it went to schizo schizospectrum, which means I I guess when they diagnosed me, I had a few of the characteristics of schizophrenia, or not all of them, but maybe a few of them. Um, and what those are is basically like I I really don't know if I'm actually any different from anybody at all, but Um, and sorry if you guys are having a hard time hearing me. I should probably get a mic at some point. Um, but so I've been on the carnivore diet for like 2 years now, and it I I'll say it helps me. Um, it it helps with my symptoms, I guess. Like my internal dialogue and my mental health is, I'd say, is it improved by going carnivore. Um, and my diet is different than carnivore, at least right now it is. Well, it's carnivore, I guess, but it's it's basically, I basically just eat beef and drink water. I prefer spring water, um, or reverse osmosis is probably second to that. Um, and if I can get it grass fed, then all the better. Um, I guess like so taking it back to like the schizo stuff. Um, so when they hospitalized me, oh, and I have previous videos on my channel about like psychedelics and stuff and smoking weed or whatever, and I try to remain sober. I try to stay sober nowadays. I mean, in the past, I in the past few years, I smoked weed on and off. Maybe I for a little bit, like a month or two, and then stop or whatever. But um, I really used to be into that stuff. But now I kind of focus on stability, and or at least that's a reason um, for me to want to be sober, and I also try to stay off drugs, like medications too. I don't know what will happen. I mean, if I were to break a leg or something, I don't know. Um, I'd probably be put in a situation where I might have to end up having to take something, but I'd like to avoid that if possible. uh, and so yeah, when I was hospitalized, the first time I was doing psychedelics like basically a few days before I was put in the hospital, and I don't know. I felt like I was um, I basically was doing psychedelics to the point where I was like maintaining a certain like high or something, um, and then I ended up in the mental hospital a few years ago, and what that was like it was like a psychedelic. It was like psychedelic experience, but it was I guess people believe in, you know, like bad trips don't exist. Um, but it was it was like yeah, I guess like a horror movie. It was kind of like my childhood. A way of describing it was like my childhood fears of my my irrational childhood fears really came to the forefront and were like um, it's almost like taking over my reality. It's weird. Um, but like irrational things um, like Freddy Krueger and uh, aliens and um, religious type stuff was coming up, and being put in a mental hospital, the lines were very blurry of like what exactly, like it felt like a drug experience, honestly, like um, because I was put on drugs, and um, I got really paranoid and was like staying up and stuff, and also so like not eating, um, um, and the sleep deprivation, and there's just a lot of factors that kind of like culminated into like an experience of I get the impression that it's gonna take a while for me to break it down, but and really process it. But it was I guess paranoia was like a really big theme of that, and the medications did not. Um, I really felt like they didn't take away my paranoia or anything like that. If anything, I felt like it um, exacerbated it, and um, I felt like I didn't really have the ability to like negotiate with the people there that were um, giving me uh, these drugs or substances or medicine, whatever you want to call it. And um, so I'm just trying to stay out of all that because my impression, honestly, was that like people people who I thought were schizophrenic, um, I thought that they would be. I felt like I did not have what they had, um, and I still kind of feel that's the case. I don't know. I mean, it gets blurry because I mean it's kind of tricky. Like, where do you draw the lines? Because I mean, you hear people say that they um, hear the voice of God, stuff like that, or like a whisper, that type of stuff, and that is some people. I don't know, like I guess it's kind of tricky on like where you draw the lines with like when it comes to like mental illness and like when you diagnose somebody, um, because I suppose like they thought my religious they call it delusions, but I mean like I never thought it was a delusion, um, but um, I mean like what can I say? I mean, I feel like um, trying to. It's strange because when I was there, I just maybe it's my paranoia or something, but or me having paranoid thoughts and or something, but it's I just got the impression that they didn't really like care or want to listen, and um, they it was kind of like facing fears, I guess, and going through it, like basically living through them, and um, and it's basically like being forced to be put on medications, and which I guess technically you are in a way. Like, it's not like you can just be like, no, I don't want to be on them. Um, I mean, you can say that. You can try to make your case, um, but um, it's hard to make a case against somebody who I don't know how to explain it. It's like maybe somebody has a hope for these drugs that they'll somehow help them, and um, it's almost like a it's almost it's I say it's like a religious faith almost that um, that I suspect people have when it comes to our healthcare industry, and it's something that I don't really share exactly. I mean, I almost feel like a lot of these, because I have a background of doing psychedelics, and I really came from a background of trying to do harm reduction, and I even like I would go out of my way to educate myself about drugs, and I thought it was interesting to me. And um, you know, so if I were to take a drug, I would look up the side effects and the effects, and I'd look at people's testimonials or experience reports. I even posted my own on this channel, and then when it came to the psychiatric drugs, um, like when it came to me voluntarily taking a drug, I did my research on it. Um, and these psychiatric drugs, I honestly was like, it was like I was blindfolded almost. I was in a hospital, and the only information I had was like what what they gave me, and um, like a full list of side effects maybe, and even then it's like if you don't want to take a drug and you get court ordered, then basically your options are like, well, you either take it or um, if you don't, um, I'm not entirely sure, but you can try to not take it, I guess, but um, they it reminds me of being if you've ever been peer pressured to do something, it reminds me of that. It's kind of I'm really trying to not be like a victim here, but uh, yeah, I mean, it's like if you want to go home, then you take it. You take whatever drug, um, and that basically it's like if you comply with them, that signifies to them that you're somehow a sane individual, and if you don't comply, then you're non-compliance, I guess, and um, I kind of set forth an ideal for myself of not wanting to comply, and um, and it just at a certain point, it's like you get forced. At least they threaten you, or give you some ultimatums or something, and um, uh, yeah, I mean, they claim that the drug helps you or whatever, but it's like the same could be said for maybe alcohol. Like, alcohol may help you have a better social life, supposedly, or whatever, and um, but it's not a drug I'd like to partake in. So, you know, so I've been kind of just wrestling with this, um, kind of like this compulsion to have to take meds or whatever, drugs, and it's really interesting. I mean, um, because I mean, it's not a particular drug experience that I. It's not like I really enjoy it or anything. Um, and if it helps me, I really don't see how it's actually helping me. Um, glad, I'm off medications right now, actually, and I've been off for a while now. So I mean, this is it. I mean, the person you're seeing now is what they diagnose as um, whatever, you know. Um, I mean, they used to diagnose people as being retarded, so I mean, who knows, like 30, 50 years from now, if they'll still carry the same weight. Um, and there's different communities and stuff like I think it's International Voice Hearing or something like that. It's like a support group or like a community, I suppose. Of sorry if my audio is really quiet again, but there's like voice hearing communities, and honestly, I mean, I don't think hearing voices is that crazy. I mean, there's people, there's successful people that claim to like um, have a voice in their ear or whatever, um, and I ha- I've had one, or I've had several, I guess, for a while. I mean, it's not necessarily anything new. Um, and is really the advent of psychedelics within my life that introduced me to this. Um, um, to this day, I kind of struggle with like what's real. I mean, I feel like it's almost cliche, but it's like a classroom, and um, you get certain um, experiences that can kind of, for me, um, it's almost like this whole. Um, I don't mean to call it a game, but it's like imagine you're playing a game and you go to change out the game you're playing, and it's almost like that exchange, perhaps, or the in between space. Um, it's like I get a sense of that, and it's almost like the roof. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's like I get a window or something outside of my typical everyday reality, and it's yeah. I mean, or maybe it's like someone hits pause on the movie I'm in, and that's what it feels like. But um, but I mean, I'm in. Yeah, I mean, it's just my life, I guess, and so this tick I got going right now, it's like my, it's kind of like that. I, you probably noticed it, but um, I guess one thing is like my belief structures. I suppose is like I try to like maintain them. I suppose. Um, I don't just throw them away for anybody. Um, someone tells me um, eat a donut or something, I'm not just gonna adhere to everything they say. Um, or it's a good idea. I mean, it's like to to not literally obey everything that you're told. I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's just, um, I used to kind of do that. I mean, was a really hard worker and stuff, and it definitely got me far. But like, um, nowadays, um, I don't know. It's like I feel like I have to understand things for myself to be like, okay, I'll do that, you know. Um, I I want to tell you guys to be careful of like what you read and perhaps what movies you watch or how you educate um, yourself because um, I mean I've never been to war or anything like that, so I don't know what that's actually like um, to be a veteran or anything like that. But like researching about uh, I guess history, it's like um, I feel like I haven't really processed a lot of what I read. I thought, but I thought when I read it, um, like some stuff in the Soviet Union, for example. I mean, I thought like when I read it the first time through that that was it, but some of that, some of the stuff, like for me, um, it has a way of becoming relevant, I suppose, and it can really make you feel like you're in those situations. And like, I mean, I feel like I have such a hard time speaking because of that, because of what I've read, like, um, like in Nazi Germany, um, and the Soviet Union, like, uh, what happened to certain um, individuals, like, um, um, how people got treated, um, and maybe it's like an obstacle course or something like that, but it's like you get a sense of the mind and um, how to navigate that. Um, I suppose, and um, like you don't really want to push people's buttons, and you may not even want to stand out, you know. But yeah. Um, yeah, like honestly, it's like sometimes I really can't even talk because it's like I'm processing some of this stuff. I'll literally have like images go through my mind of um, like Jocko Willink. He talks about some of this stuff I can't remember what it was, but it's like talking about some island or something where people were like cannibalizing each other, and I just get some of the images in my mind, and um, yeah, it's like a lot of factors. Maybe it's my environment or whatever, but it's like um, I feel like my mind just kind of goes back over these things and like a second time through, and or yeah, and but I mean, it's really interesting. Um, I feel like um, when I was younger, I wanted to help people with like trauma and how to like process it, and then I started learning about like Carl Jung and the shadow and the collective unconscious, and turns out I think that's where a lot of my work has to do with is that sort of shadow or whatever. pause the video for a sec so some people could walk by, but yeah, basically, I mean, I would have liked to do more videos, but it's taken me a long time to like figure out how to get through um, the vo- the voices in my mind. I don't know, whatever. Um, 'Cause I mean, yeah, I used to be really blunt and like I was like, oh, screw them, and not really pay attention to that, but nowadays I definitely try to. Um, and I'd say, I mean, it's worked out to my benefit. I mean, um, going back to the whole like obey everything though, like I don't really do that. Uh, Cause I mean, yeah, I mean, don't do things you don't agree with. Um, Hopefully. And yeah, I mean, it's weird, because I mean, people will tell you to do things that you don't really agree with, but I mean, um, you want to trust them. So, and I guess that's what makes life interesting. So, um, yeah. Um, so, so for a while now, I've been really paying attention to my dreams. Um, I could be wrong, but I feel like some people like don't really want you to believe in that sort of stuff, or like maybe dreams are just random bull crap that your brain fires off. And maybe it's like that for some people. I don't know, but um, maybe they're just so entrenched in chaos that that's all their dreams are. But uh, I feel like some dreams are for me, um, I try to make sense out of them. And, like, um, so I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. But like some dreams, like eating candy and stuff, or when I used to eat junk food and stuff, I'd have dream like I ate ice cream or whatever. I had this dream that like all my teeth were like falling out and stuff, and like I felt like it was like a warning to me, like if I continue doing that, then yeah, all my teeth will fall out. And now that I changed my diet, I haven't had a dream like that. And yeah, I mean, we've all heard that, like when people eat ice cream or chocolate or whatever, they get crazy dreams. And that's a funny one. Now that I don't eat meat, or now that I only eat meat, jeez, that's funny. Um, but yeah, now that I've been just eating meat and drinking water, I don't really have dreams like that. I'll have dreams sometimes though of eating food and that I feel like I'm not supposed to, or I shouldn't be eating or whatever, and it's like I'm trying to stop myself or whatever. So it's like I feel like these dilemmas or problems that I still have, like it's like maybe something recognizes that and is trying to be like, here, work on this, um, because I don't want to end up eating junk food again. And but another, I also have to realize, like, if something like that does happen again, to maybe look out for, to be ready, I guess. I don't know. So I'll just leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Hopefully I can do this again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.